All right, welcome to the Future Jam, a very special CES episode. I'm here with Alex, and if you don't know what CES is, it's the Consumer Electronics Show. I just wanted to get that off the bat because when I told Alex about CES, he had no clue what I was talking about at all.
Now, I thought you were talking about like a school in your neighborhood.
It does kind of sound like a school acronym. I graduated from CES. How about you?
I did not graduate from CES.
It's right, folks. For folks at home, Alex did not graduate.
My diploma is fake from high school.
But he did graduate from college, so
yeah, so
good
it's
job.
odd. Yeah, faked my way through one of them, but
Hey, I mean, if you're gonna fake one, might as well high school because that's like the easiest one to fake.
wouldn't you say like kindergarten's easier to fake?
Yeah, I
think
guess
you can just buy those from the store.
the old kindergarten diploma. I didn't even know that graduating from kindergarten was a thing because I was homeschooled at that age, so I wasn't aware of it until I was much older that kids got celebrated for graduating something so normal.
And didn't your mom say she had to pass you from kindergarten? She wanted to hold you back, but she had to pass you.
My mom's never held me back, but she has held back one of my siblings before. They'll go unnamed, but it's happened. But she's I have all sisters, so that's not gonna give anybody away. But yeah, she's doing great now. So. But let's get right into the announcements for the week. CES is traditionally the time of year where companies make their big announcements of what's coming, the future of technology, all this exciting hubbub of stuff. Obviously, there's crazy TVs announced every year. There's crazy new computers. All that. We're not going to cover most of that because it's obviously TVs get slightly better every year. Computers get slightly better. We're covering stuff that we found interesting.
Yeah, and like this is like everybody. Like there was like baby technology that's announced, and like anything that has to do with technology is announced at this event.
Yeah, originally it started off as like a place for companies to show their tech off to like Best Buy, Walmart, and all these companies would go there and find out what they wanted to buy that year. Like, okay, we'll take some of your refrigerators. We'll buy some of those TVs. All right, this is great, guys. But COVID's around, so they're not doing this stuff in person right now.
Yeah. So like this is them showing like some of the stuff is just prototypes, like stuff for the future, and like some companies go there. That's like to kind of get their name out there, and you never heard of them before. But this is like the big showcase, and I say if you're interested in any piece of technology, like anything, just look it up. There's a lot of neat stuff that you've never heard of or wouldn't be expecting. Some of this stuff will never see the light of day, but
yeah, it's like a hodgepodge of like craziness. This is actually one of the lighter years because I've been following this for a long time, and usually it's a lot bigger. But since everybody can't be there in person, it's just kind of like the big players. But it's still exciting nonetheless, and we put it in categories. And we kind of picked some of our favorite stuff from these categories. So obviously we can't cover it all, but we're going to do our best to give you some interesting products to look forward to. But let's get right into the dumb tech of the week. And this is everybody's favorite part of the episode.
So this is something I found that was announced at CES was LG's voice control refrigerator. So, like, LG, as you know, they're the ones that now has the screen on the refrigerator. I think it's, like, InstaView is the name of that line.
So it has a screen and it has a window?
Yeah, so it's like a window, but I think, like, it lights up, whatever. It's like a screen. It's a window. I don't know.
It's everything. It's whatever you want it to be, Alex.
Well, yeah, now so they added voice control. So, like, the one feature is cool where you can use your voice to open the fridge door, which is kind of nice if you're like holding something big.
So if you get trapped inside, you can scream help and the door would open, I guess?
Yeah. You know, Who doesn't get trapped in the fridge once a week?
It happens pretty often for me. You get rummaging in there for something good and the door closes on you. So,
Well, like soon you'll be able to order like Amazon Dash replenishment. You can check the ice or water dispenser. You can have your daily schedule on your fridge. I just want my fridge to keep stuff cold and give me a lot of space for my food. I don't need all these bells and whistles.
This thing's like packed with so many different things. Like it feels like something's gonna break on it. Like, are you gonna really sit in front of your fridge and like watch the news, or because it has a video screen on it? Are you gonna read a recipe on the refrigerator? Do you make your meals and standing in front of the refrigerator?
Well, usually the fridge is in the room, so I think you could check it. But like, it's just like, I don't know. My dad always said when like something like new came out, like they add something onto something, it's like, oh, it's just another thing to break that you would have to get fixed.
Yeah, it's that screen. You knock on it and it turns transparent, and you can see inside the refrigerator. And then it turns opaque again. And it's screen. So I don't know why we need this, but I think it's cool. But I don't see why I would ever pay for it.
No, it's just like a luxury item if you want like a super nice fridge. There was a lot of fridge news at CES this year. I saw one where like people complaining that the fridge just stands out too much, so now you can get your fridge like custom designed, the different colors to match like your rest of your kitchen.
Yeah, that's the new thing now, is like making everything custom, and I think that's I think that's a good idea. But again, it's just ways for companies to charge us more money.
I just want my fridge to be a fridge. I want it to be big, 6 feet tall, 300 pounds.
And I have literally hardly any options for my fridge, so I had to replace mine last year. And my spot where it goes is such a odd dimension that I had maybe 4 fridges to choose from. So I don't even really care, because most of these probably wouldn't fit into my bay.
When we moved into our house, the people before us got like a fridge that was too big. So like we have cabinets that they had to take down to fit the fridge in our basement.
So it's massive in the basement?
Yeah. No, it's in the like living room. They took down the cabinets and then on the basement.
Oh, they moved the cabinets to the basement. That makes more sense. Gotcha. And now they're probably just taking up clutter.
Yeah.
Let's just jump right into the creepy tech of the week. I don't know if we'll continue this, but Samsung announced some robots, and one of them was kind of creepy. And I don't know if did you read anything about Samsung's robots that were announced?
Which one is this one? Is this the handy one?
No. That's I'm going to talk about that one later. But this one's the Bot Care one.
Oh,
and this one's exceptionally creepy.
Is this the handsy one?
It's not handsy, but it follows you around the house and keeps an eye on you and makes sure that you're, I guess, doing good things, not falling down. Make sure you're not sitting down too long. If you have a meeting, it has a little screen that pops up and says, hey, you got to join this meeting right now. It'll like force you into the meeting. I don't know why we would need this. Maybe an old person that's very forgetful, but it just rolls around and follows you with the camera. It's just very odd.
That has to be like the demographic, right? Somebody like with dementia, maybe, to keep them on track. But
I don't think so. I mean, on paper, yes, but the ad makes it seem like a very smart professional person is using this because they're just so busy they can't keep on top of things, and the robot has to say, hey, you have a meeting, jump right in, and it pops up, or it'll poke you and say, not poke you, but kind of like yell at you and say, hey, you've been on your computer too long, or stuff like that. Like, get out of my face, robot. I think people are going to kick these things over and destroy them within the first month.
Yeah, that seems like just like a thing you don't need. Like this.
No, you don't need this, and I doubt it will ever come out, but Samsung loves to show us these weird products.
I mean, they're just trying to get buzz, and if something catches on and people get excited for it, they'll go with it.
Yeah, but speaking of things we probably will never purchase, let's go into something that we saw that at the show that was maybe something we might buy.
Okay,
or probably would. if we had the money, or
You want to go first?
Well, all right, yeah, I can go first. Mine was in a shower speaker, and on paper that doesn't sound very exciting, right? I mean, everybody loves to listen to music and jam out, or like listen to a podcast in the shower, because showers are boring. But there's probably a lot of them out there, right?
Do people? I heard people listen to podcasts in the shower. That just sounds boring to me.
Well, I mean, do you just stare in silence in the shower?
I don't know. Like, I'd rather hear music than listen to somebody that's babble on.
Well, I mean, this thing could play music as well. It's not regulated to just one form of audio.
I'm just saying, I just don't get people who listen to podcasts in the shower, unless it's the Future Jam.
Yeah, come on. What if people are listening in the shower right now? You can't knock them.
I would knock whoever I want.
They're probably holding their soap in one hand and trying to grab their phone with the other. Turn this stuff off because they're making fun of me.
I'm not making fun of you. I just don't get it.
But let's get on to my product, because you're derailing me right now, Alex, and I'm not having it. It's Ampere shower speaker. So the company, I guess, is Ampere, and the product is called the Shower Power. Great name. But what makes it unique is it's powered by the water pressure. So there's they call it a compeller that's in there, where the water, as the water flows through it, it powers it and charges the battery up. So they say if you take showers on the regular, then this thing should stay charged at 100%, and you should never have to pull it off and charge it. So people who don't shower often might not enjoy this as much because they'll have to charge it up, but people who stay clean will enjoy this product.
Yeah, so it looks cool. It just attaches to the shower head.
Yeah.
Like the not the actual head, but the pole that's coming out of the wall, the pipe. That's the word.
Yeah, it's really. For. They said it installs in 1 minute. I don't know who's timing you, but I heard that a representative gets you on the phone and just make sure that it actually takes a minute. But yeah, you screw your shower head and screw on the mount, and that's it. It works with it. They say it works with every shower.
Yeah, it looks. It looks actually pretty cool. I actually was going to maybe put this on my list as something I might actually buy. So it looks cool.
And it's not expensive. It's they said it's about $100, which for a Bluetooth speaker is not a crazy amount of money to pay, I guess. So, yeah, that's mine. What was your item that you would most likely purchase from this CES?
I also want to put out a disclaimer for this episode. I apologize for any company that I mispronounced the name of your company. So I apologize for that.
No, stick with it. Whatever company you mispronounce, they have to change their name to whatever you said, honestly.
So the one I was looking at was Lenovo. How do you say it? Lenovo. Lenovo, that's it. Lenovo. It's still a prototype. It's the Levi Mini. So it's kind of like a PC gaming that's like a Switch. So it's an 8-inch screen, but it's like the powerful enough to run PC games on it, like the Switch, so you can take it with you. Now this is something, I don't have a Switch. I don't know if I'll probably eventually get one when my kids get older. But this one is a little bit more powerful. Can actually play computer games on it. The games I would actually want to play. So I can see myself wanting to buy this in the future.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought this product up, because this is actually something that I've been dreaming of for a very long time. And I don't know if this nails it particularly well, but it's a good first shot. But yeah, computers are powerful now and don't use up a lot of battery power as either. So it's prime time for a portable computer that has a controller built in, because there's already a bunch of companies that make games with the computer. Steam, Epic Game Store, the Windows Game Store, all those exist, and a lot of the games on there are indie games, and they don't take up a lot of like system performance anyways, and most of those games are on the Switch as well, or a lot of them are. So I could see this kind of taking a huge bite out of the Switch if you already have a big library on your computer and you could play with it portably. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll give somebody, like, because the Switch is more geared, I think, to, like, families and kids. Like, I know people, like, our age that have them. But, like, it is more, like, the Nintendo usually gears more to younger kids. So, like, when kids get older, like, what do? Like, you have your PlayStation, your Xbox, but, like, especially now with the Xbox, PS5 and the Xbox, they're getting so big. So, like, if you want something that's portable that you can play, like, hey, we're going over to Grandma's house, you know, you want to bring over your PC and you can play a game while we're over there.
Yeah, what kind of hurts this idea is the pandemic right now that we're still in. People aren't traveling as much. People are just at their house so they could just play on the computer or on the TV anyways. But once everybody's traveling again and back at work, I could see something like this really taking off. But let's jump right into our favorite smart home products of CES. Let's go with you, Alex. I think you said that yours was the Rollable Smart Light Sensor, and I read up a little bit on this, and I think it's kind of a neat product.
So it's this one's actually Nobi. I actually listened to some of the presentation for this one.
Oh, I mispronounced it myself. Nobi. Sorry.
Yeah, see? It's easy to do.
I'm
especially
blind.
It's a company you've never heard of. So, like, it's actually pretty cool. So what they're doing is they'll created these new lights that has sensors in them that can sense when somebody's falling. So that's the big part of it. So, like, people that have elderly relatives that live alone that are prone to falling, like our next door neighbor actually was falling a decent amount. And one time I had to go and help her daughter lift her up.
Oh.
But, like, she lived by herself, and she wanted to live by herself. She was in the house since it was built. She raised all her kids there, so she didn't want to leave. So it's a light sensoring division that will have, like, they have, like, a big light in certain areas, that rooms that can hold it, and then they would have smaller lights in other rooms, like the bathroom and all, and they would have sensoring to see if you're falling, smoke sensor, air quality sensor. So, like, and then, like, the lights will be sensitive, like, if you wake up in the middle of the night, like, it can tell and, like, will light, like, a path to the bathroom if you need to go to the bathroom and all. And they do a lot of cool stuff, like, if you do fall, like, they will ask you, like, hey, did you fall? And then if you, like, it can contact emergency, like, EMS or can caregiver, or you can just say, no, I didn't fall, and nothing happens. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to take care of people that want to live by themselves.
It also brings that phone, and I can't get up to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that product was, but this is just like crazy technology.
Life alert.
In a good way. It's not cheap. It's $119 a month if you want to pay for the device plus the service, or you can buy the device outright and pay $19.99 a month or $19 a month. So it's not cheap, but, like, what is cheap in that
No, especially, like, if this could do everything that they're saying it can do, like, it would be like an alarm system for your house then. So, like, they're trying to put in a lot of stuff for this to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like, if it is, like, somebody, like, you have somebody that's bent on living alone and want to, like, but you're worried about them and you can't get over there every day, like, it is a good sense, like, because, like, you can still contact them through it and all. So, like, if it could do everything it can say it can do, like, it's a really good product.
It's probably a lot cheaper than paying for a caregiver to constantly check up on them as well. And plus, a lot of people still like their independence and feeling like they're not having to be constantly depending on somebody else. Yeah, I think it's good. And I think it just packs so many interesting tech into one big device in the middle of the room. It's interesting. Yeah, I've not seen something like this before. But yeah, this is a product that's actually coming out, and I think you could probably get it this year. But
I think they said Europe you can get it in March, and then America should be later than that.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of, like, products coming out that's tackling, like, the elderly and them having to be at home a lot on their own. Like the Apple Watch has like a lot of those features and stuff. So yeah, I think that's a space that'll continue to grow.
And
mine is oh, go ahead.
No, one thing I didn't say, like, it also like can remind people, like, after like you can set a routine, but after a while it just kind of monitor the routine, sort of remind people to take medicine and things like that.
Well, okay, so it does everything then. That's neat. Yeah, because a lot of people, especially the elderly, forget like that if they took their medicine or they have to be reminded to take it. So it has like I guess RGB sensors and a bunch of different sensors in there that can kind of map the room and know what's going on. So it's pretty smart. And mine is the Gardyn Smart Home Gardyn. Gardyn's the brand, but the product is a smart home garden. I think this is very interesting. You don't have to have a garden outside. This is an in-home garden, and it only takes up like 2 square feet of space. Instead of being like spread out, basically it goes up high, like it's a
tower,
kind of like a cabinet, like takes up about the same space as a cabinet. And what it is it's little, like, looks like PVC pipes with slots in them almost, and a special LED light that's around it. And basically what it does is you put your plants in these slots. You can hold up to 30, and you pour the water into the base. And then there's cameras on it that will watch the plants as they grow, and it'll adjust the water to the plants. It'll adjust the lighting to the plants, so it'll basically get their proper lighting and water, and basically it will grow a bunch of different plants like lettuce, hot peppers, a slew of different ones. You can buy them off their website, and they compare it to K-cups, kind of like you buy the plant from their website and just pop it right into the device.
Yeah, it does look cool. Like, it's a neat concept, especially like someone like me who doesn't like the garden but would like the idea of getting fresh vegetables and stuff like that in my house. Like, I would like that idea, but not actually having to really pay attention to something to grow it.
Yeah, they say it just basically runs itself. You don't have to do much management with it. And if you like eat some of the spinach or lettuce or whatever off there, it'll just grow, continue to grow. So it's just you eat it and then it'll have another batch eventually as it grows. So it's ongoing and probably takes hardly any work. But I guess my only drawback to it would be maybe insects that might be attracted to it. But yeah, it's pesticide free, all that stuff. So I like the idea.
Well, what insects will you get in your house?
Probably not many, but whenever you're growing that much stuff, it might attract things. We've gotten like flies from, not flies, but like a certain
like the fruit.
Fruit flies from like the soil. Yeah. Sometimes they hatch out from the soil. There's different ways you can get them, but yeah.
Well, I know in the past you wish people's houses would get ants.
Who did I wish ants on? I think that was you.
It was.
Or was that somebody else?
That was me.
I said, I hope you get ants.
Yeah, you wrote it in a card and gave it to me.
Oh, was that your wedding card?
I don't know if it was our wedding card or it was like when we bought our house.
You're pretty mad at me about that. So.
Yeah, I hate ants.
You do? Everybody hates ants. All right, our next category is not sure the price would be worth it. I can jump on mine real quick, and mine is the MyQ Smart Pet door, and this is a $3,000 pet door, and basically it replaces the front door to your house or side door, whatever door you have, and it has cameras on it, and your dog can be equipped, or cat, or if you have a rabbit. I don't know if it works with those, but pretty much any creature that can wear a collar, basically when they approach the gate, it raises up inside the door, lets the dog out or lets the dog in, and you can monitor the dog. Has speakers on there, so I guess you can talk to your dog and say, "Come on in, Bart," or whatever your name of your dog is. And yeah, it's very odd product, but I guess people don't like letting their dog out.
What I get the sense is that you don't love your dog enough to spend money on him, Mike. That's what you just said.
I don't have a fenced-in backyard, so I'd be letting my dog out to the world, and maybe if he wanted to walk himself around the neighborhood, then that'd be good. But I don't trust him.
You don't think he'll come back to you?
Well, he'll come back, but he might get in some trouble.
You run with those street gangs in your neighborhood.
Yeah, we don't want him getting involved with the packs of coyotes out there. The street gangs of dogs. No thanks. But yeah, I guess it's for people who work a lot outside of your house, and your dog wants to be independent and let itself out while you're at work, and then let itself back in.
Well, it would be like if you work like long days or something like that. It would be nice to have like your dog can just let itself out to go to the bathroom and let itself back in.
I mean, for $3,000, I don't think it's worth it. But
again, you're just saying you don't love your dog enough to spend money on him.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you'd have to get it custom installed. It's a lot of work. And MyQ, I have MyQ for my garage, so I can open it with an app. But I'm not a huge fan of them because they lock out features. So one of the features they don't allow right now is you can't tell Google to open the door or close the door unless you pay for a subscription fee.
What's the point of having them?
Yeah, so I don't know why. Hopefully they don't tack on additional subscription fees like they do with their garage doors. But still, $3,000 is a lot of money to pony up out front. But what was yours, Alex?
It's the Infinity Game Table by Arcade 1UP. So it's a cool idea. I like the idea, but I just don't think it's worth $600. So what it is like a table with a flat screen on it, and then you can play games on it. So Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders, Trouble, and all the features seem cool. Like the table kind of moves, shakes when you're pushing down on the button in Trouble. If you're playing Monopoly, like the game handles all the pieces moving in the hotels and the bank, like the banker position and all. It seems fun. I could see it like being at bars, like hanging out at a bar and playing it. But to me, that's just $600. Just doesn't seem worth it.
It's expensive, but I do like the idea where they're pitching this to other game makers and saying, "Hey, can you want to make your board game on our touchscreen?" And I think that's a cool idea. Like maybe they can get a bunch of companies involved. Instead of filling up your cabinet with board games that take an hour to set up, maybe you can just get right into it.
That is the neat thing. I know they have Pandemic on it and Ticket to Ride, which I know are like longer games to set up. So that would be like if I had it, like games I would want to play on it. Like I don't need to play Chutes and Ladders or
like Hungry Hippo. I saw they had that, and I'm like, why would you want to play Hungry Hippo on a touchscreen?
I know it's the greatest game ever made. But
it's up there. I play Axis and Allies a lot with friends, and that game takes an hour and a half to 2 hours sometimes to set up. So if they made a digital version of Axis and Allies, I'd be all about it. But the thing is we're gonna keep this thing. I guess if you need a coffee table, it's nice, but.
Yeah. And the other cool thing would be like you can play with other people that have the table. So if it would be fun for now, like if you had a bunch of people that that had one, and you can play.
Oh, so
like the pandemic,
they can join you like remotely.
Yeah, you can play.
Oh,
with each
that's a neat idea.
Yeah, I just don't think the $600 for like a board game table is worth it.
Especially every time you get really angry and flip the table over. That's $600 every time your cousin Matthew flips the table over.
This seems like a real story that happened to you.
No, I don't have a cousin Matthew, but the old co-host Jared used to flip over the Monopoly board all the time back in the day.
Monopoly's just a frustrating game because no one plays by the same rules.
Yeah, everybody has their own stupid house rules. The game ends up lasting 6 hours long, and by the time the end, everybody's just kind of like angry at like two people or one person. So, yeah. I like the idea of the Infinity game table. I agree with you, $600 is kind of expensive, but you're getting a massive touchscreen and hopefully a ever-growing library of games. I think it's something to keep an eye on.
Well, yeah, and I definitely think you'll be seeing this at bars.
I personally would be more interested in it if it was a bigger screen.
Yeah, it's 24 inches, I think it said.
That's not that. I mean, I would want it bigger than that, and then maybe you could fold it and put it away, because I don't want a game table just sitting out in my room all the time.
Well, I think if you had like a rumpus room or a den, you would put it in there.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. My rumpus room is ready for this. That sounds dirty. I don't know why. The rumpus room. Let's get on to our game-changing products. No. We're moving. No. I'm just kidding.
No, I get annoyed when people are like, oh, it's a man cave. It should be called a den. They used to be called den, and they were fancier, and now it's like, oh, it's the man cave. It's called a den.
Is it called a den because you like killed like a bear and kept its skin down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Name one person you know that doesn't have a bear skin rug in their house.
I can't name any.
Exactly.
That do or don't. I can't name either. But okay, we'll go to the game-changing product. You want to go first on this one? I think your game-changing choice was the LG Rollable Smartphone.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all the information we have on it, because they say it's coming out this year. So what it is, and when I first heard about it and didn't see it, I thought it was like rolled up like a scroll, and you would unroll it.
So that's why you chose this, because you thought it was a scroll? You're excited about high-tech scrolls?
Yeah, like, well, then you can like, oh, let me read my text, and you would unroll it like a scroll, and then you can read it.
Did you just want to use this like to make announcements in public, like walk around and unfurl your digital scroll and just kind of make an announcement to like your neighborhood?
Yeah. Oh, my wife texted me, "What's for dinner?" And then I would roll it down.
Well, I mean, that's cool, but this is a smartphone that rolls out to a tablet.
Yeah, so it would be your phone, and then the screen would extend seamlessly to a bigger screen, so like a size of a tablet. I think it's a game-changing product because, like, it's for one going after two things: the tablet and the phone market. And like, if you could do this, because like I don't like the big phones.
Yeah.
But like at times I do wish I had a bigger screen on my phone, and I don't want to have to get the tablet out to do it. So like, this would be changing. This is what like the foldable phones are trying to compete with and all. But
so you like this idea better than the foldable phone?
Yeah, there's something about folding that seems like it breaks easier than I think this will. Because like that's literally like, if you see the video, it's only like a 5-second video. It just extends up and extends down.
Yeah, they said people were so excited about their video that they pushed up plans to release it this year. I guess initially they didn't have plans to really push out much information. And I guess the hubbub was so strong that LG said, we're going to get a product this year. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'd like to see it.
No, I think it was something that they probably weren't going to mass market, but just kind of get their word out there. But, I mean, it's literally this, in the presentation, it was, 2 seconds? 2 to 3 seconds of the video?
Yeah.
And that was the biggest takeaway from LG.
I'm with you, though. I want a phone that turns into a bigger screen. That's one of the dream pieces of tech that I've always wanted. And I'm not sure if we're going to get it foldable. I'm not sure if it's going to be rollable. Who knows? I've seen one where it's supposed to fold out like 3 times or 4 times. There's all sorts of crazy ideas out there. This might be it. LG might have nailed it. They've been they haven't been out of the phone space, but they're just not known for phones really anymore.
No, they're trying to I think they might be like the next generation with this technology, and I know they're doing a lot of the foldable stuff that they're big in that game right now too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm excited to see like hands-on and how durable it is. I know when Samsung released their first foldable screen, it was like pulled from the market like 2 months or a month later, or I think weeks later because it had so many issues. But the second generation was fine, so I probably wouldn't buy the first gen rollable phone.
yeah, that's the. I think the future jam piece of advice for life is don't buy first generation things.
No, don't buy first gen products unless you have the money and you're willing to have two phones. My game changing product. Honestly, there wasn't a lot of game changing ones this year. Just a lot of kind of incremental stuff. But I'm really into the like smart car stuff and where electric cars are going. So I like the Panasonic car heads-up display, and they announced a couple other things that we'll put links in our show notes. But the Panasonic heads-up display basically will put all your needed information on the actual windshield, so you don't have to worry about looking down to see your speed or to see like different important things. Also, it will it monitors the road, and it'll alert you if there's something in the road that you might hit, or tell you to avoid something or slow down if you're speeding, or all different various things. It's a cool idea. So a lot of people get distracted very easily while they're driving, and I think this will help people be more alert and hopefully drive safer. So I don't know. I've always thought heads-up displays were cool, but I have no idea why it took them so long to have something like this in a car.
Well, like this is like I think the next thing that's coming to cars. I think this is going to be like the next big, because we've been slowly getting the displays bigger and bigger. But who else? Somebody else announced the full length one, didn't they?
Yeah, the Mercedes-Benz one. I think you put that in the show notes.
Yeah,
we didn't really put it in a category, but that one was massive. It was like the whole dash was a display, right?
Yeah. So and that showed like everything. So like it was taking out like all like the manual knobs that cars kind of have, and that's replacing it with giant screens. But the Panasonic one I read about it was cool too. It just seems like this is the future of what cars are doing, and Panasonic is one of the first ones really getting into it.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think we're gonna slowly start covering more and more car tech as we go, just because it's probably the fastest growing technology segment out there right now.
Well, like cars have kind of been like I don't want to say stagnant for a while, but like
they've been pretty stagnant. There's cars that still have CD players, Alex.
Yeah, the good ones. I got a bunch of CDs I need to listen to. I have a couple Wiggle CDs in my car I like to listen to.
All right. I'll allow it.
What's the next category?
Yeah, our next category is products that will probably never see the light of day, which honestly, a lot of these products we've mentioned, maybe not, but these are ones that, almost definitely will not see the light of day. And yours was the Toto Toilet.
Yeah, the Toto Wellness Toilet. There was a lot of big toilet news this time. Kohler and Toto both announced touchless toilets, so you just wave your hands and it will flush the toilet.
I thought Toto was a band, but I didn't realize they also made toilets. So
they're big, and they're like the high-end toilet game.
Well, I mean, they had a hit song, and they have a probably you say not going to be a hit toilet. What's wrong with this one? It analyzed your stool, to put it kindly.
Yeah, so the wellness toilet, I just don't think it might happen, but it's going to be, I think, really expensive if it does. But right now it's just a prototype. So it will analyze your stool and let you know like what you're missing in your diet, and then feed it to an app saying, oh, you're missing this. You should have salmon in your diet.
Do we really need another product to tell us what we're doing wrong, Alex?
No, people like that, but like, I don't know. I know I don't eat healthy. I don't need my poop telling me that.
Alex, you need to eat more salmon.
Yeah. Nice.
or canned tuna.
Ooh, canned tuna I do like.
Yeah, it analyzes everything. He says he even analyzes your skin when you sit down.
Yeah, like your buttocks. It will analyze your skin and all.
Yeah, a little invasive. Hopefully this is very protected. Maybe you could use it to, have an appointment with a doctor and kind of have them look at your samples. I don't know, just spitballing.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of a lot of stuff when you get like medical things. Is they look at your poop because it's a big indicator of your body. But I don't see this being mass marketed or maybe like super high end. Because the technology has to be pretty incredible for it, right?
Yeah, and Americans aren't even willing to spend money on toilets really at all. Like in Japan, they have like all these smart toilets with heated seats and bidets and all that stuff. In America, we still just cheap out on our toilets. We don't really care.
All I need my toilet to do is flush.
All right, yeah. See, exactly. We're just cheap. We spend all of our time on our toilets looking at Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, but we're not willing to spend money on actually making them good.
95% of my research for the future jam is when I'm on the toilet. So,
yeah. I think most men spend an hour a day on the toilet. Just the theory. My product is the Samsung Bot Handy. The other Samsung robot that was announced, and Samsung loves to tease these like pie in the sky products, and this one's exactly that. It has one robotic arm, and it has like vision to like pick up dishes and put dishes in the dishwasher, like pull laundry out of the laundry machine, or maybe put it into the laundry washing machine, pick up stuff off the ground, pour you a bottle of wine. I guess this is a robot for a drunk person, is what it's trying to tell us. But
yeah, I can see this like eventually happening. Like, I mean, it could. Like, I could see a market for people, but it would be super expensive, and I don't know, like...
Well, we all want this. We all don't want to do the dishes, obviously. We all don't want to do our laundry. So it'd be nice to have this eventually, but this looks cumbersome.
Yeah, it's not small, and...
To explain what it looks like, it's kind of like a narrow, tall, narrow, like... How would you explain like what it looks like? It's tall and narrow, has like video eyes on it with an arm sticking off the side and wheels for the base.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a tower on wheels with like an arm that comes out.
Yeah, it probably looks like any like low budget sci-fi product. You'd probably see it in like a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah, well, like the rich kid has one, or like the rich bad guy has a robot.
And everybody would be like, there's no way this product is actually real. This is definitely concocted for a Disney Channel original movie. But in this case, I assume it maybe works a little bit. They say it can sense like proper pressure as well, so they can squeeze like just the right amount, not break the wine and not damage a fork. Or I don't think you could damage forks, but not break a plate or stuff like that. But
yeah, like I could see it being used for like people with like disabilities or things like that to help out. I think that's the goal for it, right?
The goal is just to say, hey, we're Samsung, look at us, we can possibly do this in the future. Don't ask us any more questions. That's the goal. Let's jump on to our next category, and that's the top health announcement. I liked yours. I didn't even know yours was. I didn't even see yours announced, and then I read your notes, and I think it's a cool idea. The Fluo Labs. It's like an allergy type device, or to help with allergies, I think.
Yeah. So its goal is to replace allergy pills. You know, like the standard, like runny nose, stuffy head.
Never heard of that. No.
Yeah, like the watery eyes and all. So what it is like a little handheld thing. And you put it, like it's a light, and you put it in each nostril for like 6 seconds, and it clears that up. So they're getting approved by the FDA, or they just got approved by the FDA to go to market. So it's supposed to be coming out this year. I think they said March.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, it's just the new allergy medicine.
It's cool. It's all natural, obviously light.
Yeah, and they said like could be used with like pregnant women, because I know a big thing with pregnant women is they can't take like the good allergy medicine. They have to take like the cheap ones.
Okay.
I know that's a point of contention for a lot of them. So like it's all natural, and like it's supposed to just be like super easy to use. And
I like the idea. I have a lot of allergy issues, and I always take the nostril spray and also take the pills as well. So, I mean, I would give this a whirl. It's rechargeable, and you probably don't have to keep buying it. Like the nostril sprays are expensive.
What I think I saw it was like $100 maybe. That's
not crazy expensive if it lasts a long time. They say how it works is it's like it blocks the histamine receptors in the body somehow. So it pretty much does what like most antihistamine sprays do. So yeah, I'm all for it.
I say look it up. It's pretty neat. And if you literally look it up, it's Fluo Labs.
Links are in the notes, though. I'll put it all in there.
I like to spell.
You do, man. You do.
So what do you got for a top health announcement?
Yeah, mine is the EyeQue. It's a DIY like smart home, like vision test. Not smart home, but smartphone. So basically, it's a eye examination tool that connects to your smartphone, and you can pretty much do like your standard vision test at your home. You don't have to travel anywhere. You get the printout of what your glasses prescription is, and voila, you can just go use that at the pretty much any place to get new lenses. I guess it'll pay for itself eventually because it's not that expensive. It's like $100, I think, for just the device, and you can do mobile checkups, which is nice right now when people don't want to go in during COVID times. Also, probably it would be beneficial for people who like live in areas where they don't have access to an eye doctor to get prescriptions. So you could probably take this to like low income like countries or like parts of countries and do a bunch of vision tests and get glasses for a lot of people. So I see a lot of, I guess, opportunities for this to be pretty useful.
Yeah, and it makes sense with like a lot of these companies like Warby Parker and all moving to like online glasses sales, where like you might not actually have to go see a doctor. Just do it all yourself.
Yeah, they say you still probably should go see for like the standard health checkups, like to find out if you have glaucoma or anything like that. But it's good to get your prescription and kind of the more basic stuff. Basically, how it works is you look into the actual device, and it has like lines in there, and you have to like line up the lines using their software app. And there's little buttons on the side, and I guess it does it 3 times to kind of get that it's the correct prescription for you. So that way it's not like, okay, first time, you know. So it has like a fail-safe there. But okay. I like the idea. It's decent.
I can see like small doctors' offices using something like this too. Like if they think somebody might have like a vision issue, they can test them real fast and see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Instead of having to go to a separate place like an optometrist or like an eye like examination place.
Yeah, and like if they think they need to go follow up with them, they could.
Yeah, that's a good idea because most of the time if you go to your standard doctor, they're not going to give you your eye prescription there. So yeah, I didn't even think of that as well. But yeah, that's also a good thought. We're gonna jump right into our top wearable device announcement, and again, you chose a good one. I probably would have taken that, but I think you grabbed it.
I said we could have picked the same thing if we both agreed on something.
Well, I like the other one I chose too, and
that one sucks.
Agreed. But yours is cool. The VR haptic, like a vest you can wear while you're playing games.
Yeah, so if anybody's seen Ready Player One, I recommend it. I thought it was good.
It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I think we saw it together, didn't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, the book's good too. I haven't read the second one yet, but the book's fun. So B Haptics created like a tactical vest, face wear, hands, legs, feet wear for virtual VR games. So like that's like everybody since like what the 80s, people have said we've been moving to virtual VR games, and we're kind of there now. They're not as popular, but they have created two vests, the Tactical Suit X16 and the Tac Suit and the Tac Suit X40.
Could you read us a SKU as well for this?
Well, I was just getting the names right.
Okay.
So like the 16 has 16 points on the vest that like would feel when you're playing a game, and the 40 has 14. They are expensive though. The 16 is $300 and the 40 is $500.
Yeah, I think a lot of VR stuff's kind of pricey just because they're probably going to sell 50 of them.
Yeah,
so they kind of have to price them high.
Yeah, so it's like a 3-pound vest. They said one charge lasts 18 hours. I don't know if you're going to be playing 18 hours straight of anything, so.
No, they recommend, I think, to play like hour at a time at the most for VR, so that's going to last you a long time, just one charge. Yeah, VR is all about immersion, and anytime you can get like a product like this that immerses you more into the game, into the world, I think this is awesome. Like I've been wanting something like this for. I know I've been saying that a couple times in this episode, but like there's all these tech ideas that have been spinning around for a long time, and nobody's been able to nail them yet. And this is one of those instances where I hope they did. Because I don't have VR yet, but that's on my bucket list to get.
Yeah, I was actually looking at the Oculus as something I would want to get in the future. I know you're not a big fan of them. But the only issue is like the face mask and like the arm sleeves and the hands and feet, they're all separate. So like the face mask is $150 on top of the vest.
So you have to buy all the little accessories separate. Well, that would make sense though, because you probably have to get different sizes to fit different people, right?
Yeah.
Because I guess the vest could be expandable, but
the vest is that's one size fits all.
Yeah, because you could probably have straps on there to expand it, but gloves are more.
I think it's just going to be one giant big one. So if you're really small, it's just going to be loose.
That'd be awkward. Yeah, I like it. Mine is the Tcl Wearable Display, and TCL is kind of like one of those companies that not a lot of people knew about 3, 4, or 5 years ago, but then they started making very inexpensive, high-quality TVs, and everybody started paying attention. These are like they look like sunglasses, and they're high-definition, like portable displays you can wear on your face. So you can watch a movie on an airplane, you can watch a show on the couch if your wife's watching TV, or there's a lot of applications. From what I can gather, the screens are very high quality. They're OLED displays, which is one of the highest quality types of displays you can get right now. 140 degree viewing angle. They're nice. There's no like actual technology on it besides the screen, so your phone powers it all. So the only downside to them is you have to hook a USB-C cable up to it. So they're not wireless.
I think this is like the closest we've gotten to like wearable eye technology that like everybody's like talking about. I feel like this is like the first good start that we've had.
Yeah, these are so skinny because in the past they'd sold those little cardboard things where you could slide your phone into them to watch.
Yeah.
That's just embarrassing. Like, why would you want to wear, like in public, why would you want to wear that? It's just embarrassing. Like Samsung had the goggles as well where you could put your phone in, and it's in public that I just don't see that being a thing that people would want to do. But these are very nondescript or discreet. But yeah.
So when like you can act like you're paying attention when your wife's out with her friends, but you're sitting there watching the game.
You're eating your popcorn, sitting there watching the game. Yeah, and just nodding and looking cool in your glasses. Yeah, I could see, a lot of guys looking cool in these glasses.
Oh.
All right, let's. I think we only have a couple.
I think it's the last category.
Yeah, last
right?
category. Wow, we're trying to fly through this, and hopefully we.
And in my opinion, we are saving my favorite thing for last.
You love green technology. You always talk about how green's your favorite color, and how you're saving the planet yourself, like you're Captain Planet or something. Yours is kind of like monotonous at first, but kind of interesting. Why haven't they done this before?
Yeah, mine is it's about damn time.
Yeah.
So Samsung in the new it's right now for the higher end technology, the Neo QLED models of TVs, but that doesn't matter. They have created a solar charge remote.
Oh yeah. Why have I've been wanting this? They can do a calculator. Why couldn't they do a remote?
Yeah, so the remote has a solar panel on it and would charge it, or it has a USB-C cord that will charge it. They said it should last like a year on one charge, and standard house lights are powerful enough to charge it. They said they can estimate that if Samsung switched to these remotes, it would save 20 million single-use AAA batteries.
Yeah, again, why haven't anybody done this yet? It's obvious. It's right there.
I was actually thinking about that the other day because the batteries in my remote died. I was like, why isn't this stuff dischargeable now?
Yeah.
What?
I thought the same thing, man. I think the same thing.
It's just and this is a renewable technology. I don't think anybody's going to get mad about, except for the big battery industry. We don't want to go against big battery.
Yeah, everybody's afraid to knock on big battery, and we have these smart remote. Well, I mean, remotes, really peaked with the what was it, the Logitech ones that had huge screens on them, and you compare it to pretty much any device possible. And then I think people just kind of gave up on those, and they've been coming more and more simple again. And this is cool. I like it. Saves batteries, saves you from rummaging around for batteries in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and having to buy batteries. Everything just makes sense for it to move to this way. And I think if they do it for these TVs, they'll slowly just move it to all TVs, and then every other brand will probably do it too.
I swear that Samsung hates batteries. I bought a Samsung TV last year. I returned it because I didn't like whatever it did, but anyways.
What did the TV do, Mike?
I don't want to get into it. I busted a hole in the wall.
What did it do to you?
It just was too, it took up too much of the wall space. It just was too, domineering. But anyways, I couldn't get the darn...
We all know you don't want to be dominated.
I couldn't get the back of the remote off. I had to go on a website and Google how to get the remote back off, and it said, oh, it's simple, you just do this. And it was I'm not sure if the remote was designed a bad batch or something, but the back of that remote would not come off at all. I was my fingers were red trying to rip the back of this remote off, and my wife couldn't even get it either. And finally I got it, and we were just sat there really, this took that long? And I think Samsung hates batteries and probably got so much negative feedback from that remote that they went solar panel. Alex,
no more
that's
batteries.
The story. That's the story right there.
Yeah, what's your green tech? Because your green tech was my two choices, because originally I had the Samsung solar panel remote as the thing I was going to buy for myself. I would actually buy.
Yeah.
But I really and then I had yours as my pick.
Well, mine is kind of weird but good, but weird. It's a reusable shipping box, which is something I never thought would be a thing or ever even imagined to be a thing. It's by a company called Living Packets, and the product's just called The Box. Exciting. But their goal is to, I guess, eliminate boxes, like the use of so many cardboard boxes. They say their smart box can last like 1,000 up to 1,000 trips.
Without even being repaired. So like technically they probably could last longer.
Yeah.
1,000 without being repaired at all.
It has a lot of cool things on there though. Like it has a e-ink display. With if anybody's not familiar with e-ink displays, it's what's the type of display that's on a Kindle, like the reading tablets. So it's like a non-colored display that's like not backlit either. Doesn't take it pretty much doesn't take up any battery life at all, hardly. So it could probably last for a long time on a charge. But this display can just, put up like the shipping label on it, so you don't have to kind of keep putting new shipping labels on the box. It just displays it on the screen. Also, it comes packed with so many things. I couldn't even, like, I was just kept reading this article and like, what? It has that? It has this? Oh, man. What in the world? Like, it has a camera on there so it can scan, like, a barcode on your phone. So when you receive the device, you can pop it open and it knows that you received it, as opposed to somebody else who gets it and they can't open it because they don't have the pass. It has like sensors in there to make sure the item's not damaged.
Yeah, and you could talk to the people delivering it.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one either.
Like, it can sense where it is in like a truck, and like if it has to be moved because the chance of it's falling, and then you can contact the delivery driver through the box. And
yeah, it has a speaker on it and a microphone so you can talk to the delivery driver for some reason. I don't know why. It has so many little features. It also folds down into a smaller size so you can store it. But the biggest drawback that I keep thinking is once you get this box, what you're just going to hold on to it until like you go somewhere? I don't know how this is going to work.
Yeah, they said like they could pick them up or you might be able to drop them off somewhere as like the issue. I can see originally this being for like companies that like constantly like get like supply from one place.
Yeah.
Like, I can see them using that over and over again, like, like or you're like constantly mailing stuff to one place, like using the boxes for that, so you're just using the same box over and over again.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I wonder if they'll kind of dumb down the tech on it a little bit just to make it cheaper. Because I don't know if all of that stuff's necessary. They said a French company did sign up for it, and they this is actually the second generation. But it's like a retail company, so you get the product from their website, and then you return the box to their retail store. But since you're driving out to the retail store, why didn't you just get the product there? I don't know. I'm not asking questions. They're just providing.
Well, like I could see like a place like we do Target.
Yeah.
And like we get deliveries from Target sometimes, and other times we go in. I can see like a place like that. And like, oh, we're going there, let's drop off these boxes.
Like you have like 100 days to return them, or like you get money. Like I could see the old quarter, like quarter for the cart. You return the cart, you get the quarter back. I could see something like that where the shipping is $10, but we return the box, you get the shipping free. Something along those lines. I could, they'd have to come up with a way to do it. And if they got enough people to buy in, you could just probably drop them off anywhere.
Yeah.
And then maybe a company wouldn't own them. They'd just be, because they're reprogrammable. Maybe they could just, any company that signs up for them can just use them, and they just everybody could just return them to one location. There's lots of different ways to go about it, but you'd have to get a lot of people to agree on this one product, and I'm sure there's going to be competitors. So I don't know.
Well, could you see like Amazon doing this? Because Amazon has so many boxes out there that they can use reusable boxes, and just leave it on your porch and let us know when we can pick it up, and the driver on the route can just pick it up.
I think Amazon will do whatever saves them the most amount of money. I don't know if they really care about the environment as much. So if it genuinely can save them money, I could see them implementing it. So,
well, I guess that's it for CES.
Yeah, that's it for CES. We'll put all the links in the notes, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff out there to look at, but these are just the ones that caught our eye.
Yeah, and there's a lot of websites out there that just has like best of lists. I just recommend looking it up. They're fun. The random technology. There's like a $16,000 bathtub. I know Mike really wants.
Yeah, I actually have two. Don't tell my wife. She thinks they're dog bathing stations.
So she knows you have the tubs, and she had to spend the money on them.
All right, this is a dumb joke. Anyways, let's just close this episode out.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you for listening to Future Jam. Mike, take it away.
You can hit us up at the Future Jam on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the places. Leave us a message at 513-BOT-COLA and give us some feedback or like topics you want us to cover on the show. We actually got a message from somebody the other day that they think we should do a segment on sports technology, so technology and sports. So
you didn't tell me this.
I don't know. That's a good idea. I think we could probably work that into an episode, but yeah. Any ideas or feedback is welcome and encouraged. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.